Well, this is the next day after we enclosed all our fruit trees. I have a big old bumblebee working. We had almost no bees in the garden last year, and he's working, and we got down here and this thing is still not hurt. Now, blueberries set flowers way earlier than we ever remembered, because it's really warm March. And whether or not they turn into berries, or whether that cold weather on the 5th or 6th, whenever it was, or the cold weather last night, which wasn't much, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But at least they were pollinated by, we did have right many bees working this, and actually saw a few honeybees, and we hadn't seen a honeybee in this yard in I think 3 or 4 years. And there's the bumblebee working that one. Well, here's the deal. 4 or 5 days ago, we were supposed to have a freeze, and was going to be like 24 or 5 degrees, and then they moved it up to like 27, 28. Then they moved it up to like almost 30, and then we went out in our yard, and a lot of things we did, and the tops of these were killed. And so I looked it up. There is a site you can go to, and it tells you what the temperature was every hour of the day where you live, whenever. And what happened was it got below 32 it was down around 29 or 30, but it was that way for 11 hours, and that's what did the damage. Now, last night we were supposed to get 24 down here, then they changed it to 26, and then in where we live, they did the same thing, but they made it like 28 or 9. And then I put my temperature probe outside at home, and it said, this morning they said that it got down to 24, but it wasn't very long at 24, but it was like three hours or so. My electronic temperature sensor that's a repeater in the yard, I put it outside on a trash can, and it said it got down to 21 too. So it took out some more stuff at our home. So we were worried about down here, and I looked this place up, and it said that it went to 31.6, and it was there for like 2 hours. So that's why we don't have any more damage. And putting all that stuff around those trees was not a waste of time, because we could have lost it. So since we were supposed to have 24 last night, and we didn't, and we had like 31.6, and it was only for 2 hours, these are still intact. Now, we took the cover off of this, and I uncinched all those. And they are shoots. This is the cordon. That's a shoot, and we'll cut these back 2 or 3 buds, and that would produce grapes. And I'll do a thing on that later. And I showed people that I had a grapevine over there, and you probably couldn't see it on a video. I had a trash can over it. I'm hoping to get, this is a Carlos. That one over there is a Fry. This is a Carlos. And it's been on the property for probably 30 years at least. And it was over there, that little shadow box right there by that post. It was there, and I dug it up for the people who haven't seen my channel before. And it was I cut it. It was a huge root, big as my upper arm, and I cut it in 2 pieces. And this piece over here had some roots on it, and see where it grew 4 or 5 shoots. Now, only one of them has come out. I believe there's some buds lower on a couple of the others, but some of those are dead. And that's a shoot last year that will not produce anything this year because it's dead. And I put that bamboo shoot in there just to mark where it was so nobody will step on it. And we're hoping that that huge root in there that didn't have many finer roots on it will make some finer roots and shoot up something. And that one has always shot up new shoots every year. It was just in a bad location, and it was getting old. And I've cleaned the weeds out of here. And then we're going to look at the fruit trees. Well, this is a larger plum that we bought, and we've uncinched it. We had it all tied up, and we've taken everything, folded up all the tarps, and put the trash cans back where they were, and we still have a lot of plums. Most fruit trees make more fruit than you need, and you need a plum about every 4 inches. Now if every one of these set in that little place of maybe 8 inches, you could have 15 plums. Well, you'd end up with plums that big and they wouldn't be worth eating. So you really have to thin them out, because all fruit trees, their only goal is not to give you fruit. Their goal is to make seed. So they make a lot of these because they get seeds even if it's only that big. So you have to limit how much is, like every 4 inches you should have like one every 4 inches. And on this whole thing, on a young tree, you'd still get right many. Get a little shaler down here. We took the, boy, it was a lot easier to get this stuff off than when we went up. And here's our crab apple. None the worse for wear. Nothing broke. No shoots broke. Because see how the trash can's no pressure on it. And this is our other plum. And I had on a video that we had to fish this thing out. I did have to cut that wire to get this one on the inside. We're going to make these cages wider because last year the deer were eating on them. None the worse for wear.